umbilical cord. And for the umbilical cord, again, not very many things you need to know. This is also the, if you have a slide in there, this is mucus tissue, that's the same thing. So we'll look at two of these as well. Okay, so hard to get everything on one field of view. But here's one thing. Here's another. And there's the other one. Good gracious. All right. Which of the three is not like the other?
What it's doing.
This one? The big one. All right, so what do you have one of in the umbilical cord versus the two? Vein. So this big, huge thing, it would be the umbilical vein, and these would be the umbilical arteries. And then we have the mucus tissue, which is all the Wharton's jelly, is what they'll call it, which is all this right here. It's all Wharton's jelly. And then the very outside of it, we've got it listed on there as the amniotic epithelium, but it's just the outer layer that surrounds the umbilical cord. So the amniotic epithelium, the Wharton's jelly, the umbilical artery versus the umbilical vein. Giant thing there. They won't all look this giant, so we'll look at another slide. But that's, again, that's all you need on this one as well.
I don't care much for that one.
And I think, let me see in here. I can get it so that I can see both, at least one artery and the vein in the same field of view. So where it is now, I can see much more on the top in the microscope itself. So it's possible to see both through the eyepiece.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, so here's one. There's another. There's another.
So why are there three?
So which one is not like the other? Okay, so what would that be? Artery and vein. So they still have the same characteristics of a normal artery and vein, just because they're carrying the different deoxygenated versus oxygenated blood. The arteries are still more compact together. The veins are still more spread out and have kind of a more irregular shape to it. So umbilical vein, umbilical artery, and umbilical artery. And again, I can see them side by side in the field of view. So they could be side by side there. Wharton's jelly again is all the interior, and on the outside the amniotic epithelium.
Can you show one or the vein again? On the artery? I gotta compare them. So why? Just because why would they be smaller?
Well, they're not. It's not necessarily smaller. They're more compact. They're just their tunica media layer again is so much thicker and compacted together, denser. Not necessarily that it's. They have two of those versus the one vein, so you can think of it that way. You can distribute them.
I'm just trying to realize the difference between the appearance of the two when they look all the same size as far as.
But see, look at the tunica media layer compared to this one.
Oh, okay.
So the muscle layer is much spaced out versus that one. Questions on those two before we go on to the development slide?